The galactic lost and found wasn't a glamorous post. It sat in the dim underbelly of a sprawling orbital station, shaped like a bent ladle, somewhere between the outer arms of the Circinus cluster and a vending machine that dispensed language chips and spicy neutron snacks. The department's clerk, a wiry, four-eyed alien named Glorb, had worked there for 172 standard cycles. He wore a beige vest with too many pockets, a name tag that read Glorb, probably not responsible, and a chronic expression of cosmic fatigue. His job? Cataloguing, sorting, and occasionally incinerating an unholy collection of misplaced items from across the stars. Today alone, the arrival bin had spat out one half-eaten photon banana, a pair of anti-grav pants still containing a mildly offended crab-like being, a pulsating orb labeled definitely not a soul, and something that might have been a cursed sock. Business as usual. The bell over the hatch door buzzed. Glorb didn't look up. "Take a number and describe what you lost in no more than 3 existential metaphors," he droned. "I'm not here for metaphors," came a voice, sharp, clear, and unmistakably human. Glorb's top left eye twitched. Humans were rare on this station. Not banned, just discouraged. The last one accidentally started a cult by whistling Bohemian Rhapsody in the mess hall. The human in question was a woman in her late 30s, wearing a patched jacket with a faded Earth insignia and boots that looked like they'd walked across a dozen worlds. She looked tired, but her eyes were focused. "I'm looking for something," she said. Glorb sighed, rummaging for the standard form. "Species? Human. Unfortunate. Item lost? A memory." Glorb paused. Not a necklace, not a data chip, not even a space hamster. "A memory?" "Yes, I lost it years ago, somewhere between Joran's Drift and the Kuvex Gate. I don't know how or why, but I need it back." Glorb stared at her for a moment, then shrugged. "Aisle 19. Sentimental oddities. Second shelf, right between the box of unresolved dreams and the crate of awkward goodbyes." The shelves towered like ancient monoliths, dusty, creaking, and strangely emotional. As the human walked past, some objects shivered softly, whispering half-forgotten lullabies or humming melancholic tunes. She passed a snow globe showing a city no longer on any map, a stuffed animal that blinked once, and a broken recorder playing a tune only children would remember. Then she stopped. There, nestled in a velvet-lined box, was a small object, plain, unassuming, a chipped plastic ring. She lifted it slowly as if it might dissolve in her hand. Her breath caught. "I remember now," she whispered. It was a cheap toy from a spaceport gift shop, given to her by her younger brother before his last deployment. She'd worn it like a joke, called it her ring of power. He never came back. She hadn't remembered the ring, or the moment, or even his face until now. But in that instant, it all returned. His laugh, his awkward grin, his promise that she'd never lose her way with this thing. She wiped her eyes. For the first time in years, the weight she'd been carrying felt a little lighter. Glorb looked up as she returned. "Well?" he asked. She placed the ring in her palm gently. "I found it. No refunds, no exchanges. Also, I'm not responsible if it's haunted." She smiled. "It's not, it's just important." Glorb grunted. "That's worse." She paused at the hatch before leaving. "You ever lose something?" Glorb glanced around the room, at the humming items, the forgotten keepsakes, the tiny echoes of lives lived. "Once," he said softly. "A laugh. It used to belong to me." She nodded. "Maybe one day you'll find it again." He didn't answer, but when she turned away, she didn't see the faintest smile tug at the edge of his mouth. Back at his desk, Glorb scribbled a new note into the system log. "Item reclaimed. Human memory. Restoration complete. Emotional impact high. Potential hazard none, unless you count feelings." He looked around at the shelves, at the glowing trinkets and murmuring relics of lives once lived. Somewhere, in the quiet of the department, something whispered softly. It sounded almost like laughter.